best pickup line ever. Trust me, I'm a good guy. I married that man. But let's be honest, trust isn't something you say, it's something you build. We figure out who really has our back. For me, it happened at recess, where I met my very first best friend, the one who saved me a place in line, who forgave me for giggling, even though it meant we never won at hide and seek, and the one who traveled 1,582 miles to be here with me today. Oh. She saw me, the real me, not just goody two-shoes me. I used to fake allergies at recess so I could stay indoors and do math. Oh yes, I was that kid, thanks in part to a crush on my grade 3 teacher, Mr. Baldry. And then my first adult job, the performance appraisal I wasn't supposed to see. She's smart, a little intense, kinda predictable, not sure that she's likable enough to make it. Ouch. I thought I was killing it, but in reality, I was less relatable, more isolated, and eventually more invisible. I wasn't just missing connection at work. I had been missing it my entire life. Recess doesn't exist, so teachers get a break. Ask Mr. Baldry. Play is important for a child's development. Adults too. Dr. Stuart Brown was studying violent criminals when he came across a surprising commonality: a severe lack of play in childhood. He found that play was as important as sleep or nutrition. Think about that for a moment. Skipping play is like skipping meals. It starves our brain and our spirit. Play signals safety. It says, hey, it's okay. You can let your guard down here. Oh, and the things that we can do when we're not afraid, when we don't feel anxious. Athletes will tell you, it's not just about taking the shot. Success doesn't happen in a single moment. It's built by creating the conditions that make that moment possible. Google undertook a massive study to uncover what really drives team success. They examined over 250 variables, everything from individual qualifications, team composition, leadership styles, and personality traits. They found what was more important wasn't who was on the team, but how the team interacted. Successful teams had one trait in common: psychological safety. They could ask questions, share ideas, try new things, admit mistakes. I was asked to set up a new government agency in the midst of a pandemic. I wanted to create the kind of place where people were set up to succeed, where no one was invisible. Work can be hard, but the hard stuff can't be the only stuff. I made a promise to everyone who joined us. We leave work happier, healthier, smarter, and more effective every single day. Introducing regular play, adult recess, was a big component of each part of that commitment. We had a big mandate. We were introducing a new operating model into an existing ecosystem. And we had to convince a lot of people who didn't work for us to do things differently. Dr. Andrew Huberman set out to understand why some people adapt effortlessly while others get stuck in their ways. His team designed experiments to see how different activities impact the brain's ability to rewire itself. What they found was astonishing. Play lit up the brain in ways that traditional tasks couldn't. It set off the dopamine system, the part of the brain that's responsible for learning and motivation. Play creates an environment where neural networks form and adapt more easily, which means when we play, our brain unlocks new ways of solving problems. Play isn't a distraction. It's how we get to breakthroughs. And the benefits don't just stop at the brain. People who regularly participate in playful activities reported feeling less stressed and better able to deal with life's curveballs. Play isn't a break. It's a catalyst for resilience and growth. I'm going to repeat that. Play is not a break. It is a catalyst for resilience and growth. No one, not my staff, not my boss, not the board of directors, not my teenagers, definitely not my mother. No one likes to be told exactly what to do and how to do it. Play doesn't preach. It doesn't tell you how to think or what to feel. It invites. It disarms. It creates a space where we come up with our own ahas, and those are the ones that stick. Want to get better at juggling demands? Literally, learn to juggle. Firm stance, so you're in control and not chasing after the balls. Then get excellent at one ball, forwards, backwards. Then one ball while holding a second ball. Then two balls, etc., etc. Conflicting agendas, difficult stakeholders, photography, different angles, different places in the frame, zoom in, zoom out, different filters, all capturing the same image. More collaborative meetings, improv, yes, and. Anyone here ever felt left out? It sucks. It feels uncomfortable. It feels wrong in our bodies because life is a team sport. We are successful as a species because we work together. In my case, we were bringing together investment bankers, career civil servants, industry leaders. Not only did they have different approaches to how they worked, but they had very different ideas about what mattered most. Dr. Harvey Whitehouse set out to learn why people, despite all of our differences, are so good at sticking together in groups, right? Families, clubs, churches, armies. What he found? Rituals. We need frequent, low-pressure, repetitive practices that act like the glue that hold us together. People don't back you because you're right. They back you because they want to. And they want to because they like you. And that feeling doesn't come from polished presentations or endless logic. We are connected and we are energized by the things that make us human: curiosity, possibility, discovery, vulnerability, mischief. This is the stuff of play. Adults need recess too. We are starved for connection and for fun. So how do we do it? How do we bring play into our workplaces? We start by creating the space for it. So 1, we set aside regular time. In my organization, we set aside an hour a week for a game, a creative activity, or even just to come together and learn something new. It could be as simple as, guess whose pet this is. 2, we build rituals. Rituals that are calendarized and also rituals that are based on projects. We have a really cool Secret Santa tradition my colleague Dory came up with, where we buy a gift for the child version of someone. We get to know each other. They get to open it, which is super cool. And then all the gifts are donated to children in need. For projects, we do scavenger hunts for symbolic things, for things we need for the project to be successful. We can do playlists where everybody contributes a song. We do comedy-based lessons learned skits, right? It's about getting out of your comfort zone together. And third, ditch the hierarchies, right? We come together as people, not as departments, not as titles. That's how we become comfortable enough with one another for when it really matters. Play is training for the unexpected. Trust isn't something you say, it's something you build. Whatever you do, you are in the business of building trust, of building community, of building connection, of building privileged relationships. Play is a really powerful building tool, and sometimes play is where the real work takes place. Thank you.